Hello, this is Al-Shahawi, an Egyptian content creator, and I stand with Palestine. Some celebrities such as Justin Bieber, Jamie Lee Curtis has posted some heartbreaking photos, claiming they were for Israeli settlers, declaring their support for them, but God's will exposed their intentions. So the surprise that the photos were for the Palestinian victims, including women, children, and the whole wreckage. For those who don't know, that Israel has been created on the 14th of May 1948, after the end of the British Mandate over Palestine. Before this date, there was no Israel, as we all know that they entered Palestine through displacement. And this is the same policy they are following with the Palestinians now, where they destroy Gaza to force them to flee to Sinai. Also, you have to know that Israel has imprisoned over 2.4 million Palestinians in Gaza over 16 years. The world cared more about Israel lying, over 40 Israeli settler babies being killed. But in reality, this is how Israeli settlers, babies and women were treated.
הם נכנסים ואני אומרת להם, יש לי פה 2 ילדים. הדבר הראשון שאני אומרת להם, לא, באנגלית. הם מסתכלים ואז אחד אומר לי באנגלית, אל תדאגי, אני מוסלמי, אנחנו לא נפגע בכם.
استروها وخلوها لما تاخذوها حيه. اعرفوا خليها تعرف معها اطفال. نعم.
On the other side, the world didn't care about actually witnessing Israel murder over 260 native Palestinian children in Gaza in the last 5 days, and more than 3,000 were killed since 2000. Among these was the famous incident that my generation witnessed of the child Muhammad al-Durra, who died in the arms of his father in front of the eyes of the whole world, and no one did anything. False propaganda was intentionally spread for the last 5 days through politicians, celebrities, mainstream media, just to dehumanize an entire population, to deceive the general public into supporting their plans of genocide in Gaza. You stayed silent when the Palestinians were bombed not only this year, but also the past years. Let me remind you of the massacres committed by Israel against Palestinian people. In 1948, Deir Yassin, Al-Tantura, Qaryat Abu Shusha massacres. In 1953, Qibya massacre. In 1956, Qalqiliya, Kafr Qasim, and Khan Yunis massacres. 1947, Baldat al-Sheikh massacre. 1990, Al-Aqsa Mosque. 1994, Al-Haram al-Ibrahimi and Jenin camp massacre. You stayed silent when Palestinians were forced to live in an open-air prison on their own land with no fuel, medicine, food, or electricity, and no one or nothing can enter or exit Gaza. You stayed silent when the children had their homes demolished.
I'm always sick. I'm always out of help. I can't do anything. You have all of this. Well, what do you expect me to do? Fix it? I'm only 10.
You stayed silent when Gaza was bombed by the white phosphorus, which is internationally prohibited. You stayed silent when journalists and doctors were killed. You stayed silent when schools and hospitals were bombed. But now, you outrage when Israel became in Palestine's place and faced the same Palestinians' experiences for 75 years. So please have a seat, because your performative activism is showing, as well as your ignorant supporters. This land cannot accommodate 2 identities. It is either Palestinians or Palestinians.